Hello, this is RICKY, the Android guy. Hey guys, welcome to another episode of Android Weekly / Android Q&A. We go over all the latest topics that happen during the news and answer your questions live. If you have a question you would like us to ask, rather just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com and I will hopefully answer your question next week. However, if you always want to get your question answered, then just simply watch us live every Sunday at 8 p.m. where we answer comments live. So if you're watching live, just leave your comment or question in the comment section down below and I will get to it before the end of the show. All right, let's start off and start with our first article that happened during this week. First article is an update on the Galaxy S7. And the update for this device is that it will not be a major overhaul. What does that mean? Well, you can definitely say that the S5 to S6 was a big change in comparison to previous years. And what is being reported right now is that the S7 will not be a big overhaul in terms of design, but more so it'll be a bigger change in terms of exactly what's on the inside. So Samsung is going to improve in terms of the camera quality, stabilization, everything that basically really makes it all around good in terms of the hardware and possibly the software as well. But this seems to be the key point that Samsung is going to really differentiate itself between last year's S6 and this year's S7. The S6 is already one of the fastest devices out there. Of course, not as fast as the 5 or Edge Plus, but definitely really good around. So I'm really curious to see what improvements will be made on the S7 series. But the big news in Samsung this week was definitely the new patents filed for the bendable displays. So this is, of course, Project Valley, which we have talked about multiple times. And really, Project Valley is something that's very interesting. So what it is different devices, and we see two real big ones. We see one that is a phone and then it opens up into a tablet. So basically, it's just the ability to actually bend the display, and you cannot essentially break it. Like you have a full tablet, and then when you close it, you have a phone. So that phone will act as a secondary surface. So it's really interesting to see this design. I don't know how I feel about it quite yet. I think it's going to be interesting. I think it's something you really have to feel and see if you like, because I just don't know about this yet at this time. However, the one that I am more interested in is definitely the second patent, and that patent is the style of a scrollable device. This was the best looking thing 3 years ago at CES that I just fell in love with. Essentially, you would have all your main components right here on a phone. So your phone calls, ability to take camera, and calendar, everything you mainly need right here. But then you just hit a button and it automatically unrolls to see a full display. And that is just so damn cool. I really would love a device like this. I mean, think about it. If your phone would be the size of a pen, basically, or a thick marker, and that would be your entire phone. I think that's an ingenious concept, and this is something that I am much more excited for, especially if you think of a tablet being this size. I mean, if it can be like a 7-inch screen and it's the size of, again, a thick marker in your pocket, that is progress and that is innovation. That's something that I would love to see in future devices. Let me know what you guys think. Which one do you think between these two is the better patent, and which one would you more be interested in? For me, it's definitely this one. I love the idea of a scrollable device with either a tablet or a smartphone. And in other news, it is confirmed that yes, the Gear Manager is being worked on for iOS. So iOS is being worked on for the Gear Manager. So basically, we could have the Gear S2, Samsung's current smartwatch, end up working for iOS before the upcoming months. My guess is if this is implemented, it will be before or at the launch of the Galaxy S7. Now, seeing as how all reports from previous weeks have pointed to a February launch, then I think that it's safe to say that yes, this might be it right here, that we will have it available at that time. And finally, in other news, Motorola has a cool looking new watch. That is the Moto 360 Sport. Now, this is meant to compete with more of the sports style watches. And the Moto 360 doesn't really, it's more of a, classy, more of something you would wear when you would go out in the town, or like to dress nicer. But if you're running around and want to work out, it's not really that appealing for that. This is where the Moto 360 Sport comes in, and I really like the design. I like the idea of it, and I think it's really good. Now the question is, what price will this be? Because if Motorola can give this for a more affordable price compared to the regular Moto 360, I think that's what's going to really sell this device, especially when you do lose the ability to swap out with any band. So it's going to be these little proprietary bands that Motorola has on these watches. So let me know, do you like this design? Do you like this style? I personally don't like that they still have a flat tire, but that's just always been my opinion of Motorola's. I think that I can't stand that flat tire design, but that's just me. Let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. And now let's get to the questions that were emailed to me during the week. Again, if you have a question you would like to get answered, just email me at asktheandroidguy@gmail.com, and hopefully I'll answer it next week. All right, the first question comes from Jonathan, and Jonathan asks, hey, I know iPhone users are able to see their text messages and who's calling them or call them on their iPads. Is there something that like this on Samsung Galaxy phones or Samsung tablets? Is there an app or setting that allows this on Android in general? And if not, there's something that Samsung needs to invest in immediately. Yeah. So there is actually a way for Samsung, or sorry, for you to do this on all your Android devices, not just Samsung. And that is one of my old favorite apps called Mighty Text. Now, Mighty Text is a great app, and it allows you not only to do this on your laptop, but also on your tablet. So really, you get all of your notifications, your text messages, your calls, everything forwarded over to your laptop. And how it works is you get the Chrome plugin for Mighty Text on your computer if you want to do it on your computer, but you have to do it on a tablet. And so you get the Mighty Text app for your phone, and then you get the Mighty Text tablet app for your tablet. This will forward all your notifications, everything you can think of, directly to it. So that's really nice. So that way you just get always access all the time to everything you have. It's really great, and it's just an app that I use for a long time. I don't usually need it as much now, but yes, so you can all your notifications, you will get a pop-up on there, and it really keeps you synced and easily basically accessible. As they say, yes, it is over 6 million users, and that's kind of cool. But yeah, so really a great app. I can't recommend it enough. And I think this is the best solution for you, so you can answer your text messages. And this is even better because you can answer your regular text messages instead of just the iMessages, which is all that the tablet would do in that case, without doing the other kind of syncing. So that'll just be by default. Now, Samsung does have their own solution called SideSync. And with SideSync, it's a little bit different. And let me click on this so you can see it. Oop. All right. Now, SideSync is a little bit different because you have to set it up every time, whereas the other one is just always set up. So with SideSync, basically, for a laptop, as soon as you get on the same Wi-Fi as your computer and your program is on the computer, then your phone will immediately mirror to it. Now you can just drag and drop things like this, and reply back to text messages and that kind of stuff right here. Or you can also do this on your laptop, on your tablet. Now, this is not as intuitive for everyday basis. This is more when you need to get work done and you need to see everything on your phone. I much more like the laptop experience over the tablet, but you can do this on a tablet as well. So it just essentially mirrors your phone to your tablet, and literally your entire screen is there. So you have access to your entire phone. You can take calls, you can answer calls, you can take text messages. Everything that your phone can do, you have full access to. You can launch the camera if you want to. You can literally do anything right here from your home laptop or your tablet. So that's the other solution that Samsung offers. Again, I don't think it's a better day-to-day solution, but it's definitely more of like, I like the laptop version a lot better for your office, and I think that's a great solution for that. All right, next question is from Leonard, and he was asking, I was thinking about buying the Gear S2 3G. That's the one I'm wearing right here. I was wondering, what are the advantages and disadvantages over the first Gear S? I also want to know, can I transfer over pictures and videos uh, like I can on the Gear S? You can transfer over pictures. I've not tried videos just because I just don't need to view videos on here. So I haven't done that, but yes, you can transfer over pictures and music just the same as you did on the Gear S. I would say it's actually a little bit more easier. Having had the Gear S2, I can tell you this. It does not have as many apps as the Gear S. So, for instance, I gave my Gear S to my brother recently, and when I did, I realized that I was like, oh, that's cool. They have like a slot machine game on there, so you can like play slots, and I thought that was pretty funny. And my dad's like a gambler, so I just downloaded it to show him, and he got jealous and everything like that. So that was pretty funny. That app isn't available on my Gear S2, and that's the same for a lot of the apps that are available for the Gear S. Not all of them are available for the Gear S2 because developers have to change the layout and the ability to have input through rotation on there. However, here's the big difference. You're getting apps like Uber on the Gear S2. Uber probably will never go to the Gear S. It wasn't on there as far as I know till literally 2 weeks ago, and that's when I stopped. I haven't looked since. But because of that, there really is just a huge departure from the Gear S to the Gear S2. We're getting more reputable app creators instead of just like everyday app creators, and I think that's the big difference. The Gear S just had regular app creators, whereas the Gear S2 is really getting quality name recognizable app creators, and that's going to be the big difference between the Gear S2 and the Gear S. I would say the battery life has been better on the Gear S2 in my opinion, and I mean, there's already more watch bands than there was for the Gear S. I mean that in itself, there's already more bands, and it's only been out for 2 months, so that's a big difference I would say as well. I mean, the advantage of the Gear S is it is a bigger screen. That's the main advantage of it. Other than that, it's not really advantage over the 3G version. Now, over the Bluetooth version, like the Classic, well, I mean, one big advantage it has over the Classic is that it can take phone calls. But you asked about the 3G version, which cannot, not the Bluetooth version. The Bluetooth version cannot take phone calls, but the 3G one doesn't have that issue. So for that reason, overall, I would say the 3G version is going to be better overall to Gear S, but that would be the Gear S currently has more apps and a bigger screen. The Gear S2 will have more future apps, and honestly, not only does it have more bands, but I feel it just looks better overall. All right, and the last question is from Jay Nelson, and you asked, so you went through a whole thing, and I'm sorry for these idiots that call themselves experts or offer help because they don't know what they're talking about. So this guy got a Gear 2 Neo, and it went to Best Buy. It was on sale for $129, so he bought it, and he called Samsung, and the woman basically asked about the woman checked to see if the Note 4 would work for the Gear 2 Neo, and her manager said, no, it doesn't. He's a fucking idiot. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. I mean, the incompetence of Samsung's tech support. This is the second week that Samsung's tech support got something wrong. It's boggles my mind. It really boggles my mind. So here's the thing. He even repeated to say that the Note 2 and the Note 3 did work, but not the Note 4 for some reason. And for that reason, you canceled your order and you returned it, and you got a 360. And you asked me, did I make the right choice? And it's the first generation, it's not the second generation. I personally probably would have chose the Asus over the 360. The Asus is for $149 as well, but it's a better processor than the old 360 from first generation. It might not be exactly what aesthetically you're looking for, but for that same price point, I would probably return and do that if you cannot get the Gear 2 Neo on sale again. But the Gear 2 Neo would work fine. I had the Gear 2, which is the same as the Gear 2 Neo in terms of all hardware and all specs and all updates. And that worked fine with my Note 4. So yes, I know firsthand that yes, it does work, and I cannot believe the stupidity of people that either didn't know the answer first at Best Buy, and then the Samsung tech support screwed you over by saying that it didn't work because they're idiots. I mean, it blows my mind that these people can even get that these people are allowed to call themselves customer service because they don't know what they're talking about. So yes, it can work. I'm so sorry you got screwed over with that, but yes, the Gear 2 Neo completely works with the Galaxy Note 4. You can actually make it work as far back as with I forget which ones you can, but you can make it work way further back. So yeah, I'm so sorry about that. All right, let's see in the chat. Sorry, YouTube decided to change their entire formatting for the live chat, so hopefully I'm seeing all your guys' chats. You can no longer like see them in the regular way I am used to seeing them. So hopefully I'll keep getting everything here. All right. I'm not sure what order this came in, so again, forgive me. They just changed their entire layout of it. Okay, I recently got a problem with my Note 4 after I pull out the pen and selective screen write down doesn't work as I always have to clear the RAM to make it work. What should I do? This happened after it's because you get Lollipop. That's that's what you did. Yeah, no, Lollipop sucks, and it sounds like unfortunately you're having a RAM issue, which is a known issue to all Lollipop devices. Lollipop is the worst OS update in Android's history since Honeycomb. It is a god awful update, and it's one of the reasons why we're all waiting for Marshmallow because it doesn't have this RAM issue. But that's what it is, unfortunately. Now you said you did. No, yeah, you did screen write, not selective screen. I saw select screen write. Yeah. So yeah, so unfortunately, it looks like it's a RAM issue. I do not have a Note 4 anymore, so I cannot test it myself on the Lollipop update. Also, the one I did have was an international one, so that's always different from carrier models that you guys get. But unfortunately, it just looks like I don't know. I wouldn't say that there's an easy fix for that. I would just say keep looking for updates and make sure you uninstall or disable as many built-in apps as you can so that there can't as many apps that cannot take up RAM do not take up RAM. So try to uninstall and disable as many apps as you can. Check out my video on how to speed up the Galaxy Note 4, and that should help you out. Also, what are good power banks do you recommend for buying? Yeah, so power banks are kind of tricky. It depends on really what you look out for. My current favorite one, if I can pull this chair over here. My current favorite one is the Samsung one because it has fast adaptive charging. I'm not sure if I do have it in here. Okay, well I have the other one. Okay, unfortunately I do not have the Samsung one with me. But this is another one that I really like. It's from Mono Price. It's a 10,000 milliamp battery pack, and Mono Price is a great price for quality material that really lasts long. And I mean, this I can charge, multiple devices over a long period of time, and that's what's great about this one. So this is really good for that. The Samsung one. Do a Google search and then bring up the images. So the fast charge I love because it obviously charges really fast. As you can see, it's a really small charger, very light, very thin, and that's easily the best thing about it. It is meant to be like as thin as the phone is, and again, it uses the fast charging capability. So this is the fastest charger you can get for a Samsung device, which obviously is really good if that's the device you have. If not, a Monoprice, I really trust their battery packs, and I think they would be a really good one to get. Otherwise, scrollable is better. Don't need an S7. I'll wait till the to the Note 6. I hear you. Hey Veronica, how are you doing? Um, does the Gear S2 have the same, if not better, phone capabilities as the past Gear S watches? Um, so you don't have the full keyboard for text messaging. In terms of phone capability, you have the identical phone capability. There's no difference in that. But for text messaging, although you did add an easier way to navigate through quick text messages, emoticons, and your voice text a little bit better, the real thing that the Gear S had was it had a full keyboard, whereas you do not have a full keyboard on the Gear S2. You have a T9 keyboard, which people born before flip phones will not even know what that means. So that's what you have on there, and that's what it would be. Any suggestions on a cheap but good Bluetooth headphones? Um, I mean, the Tones are still probably some of the best headphones. If you get the LG Tones, now there's so many different types of Tones. Let's see, which ones are the latest Tones now? Those are not that inexpensive, and that's not the one I was looking for. LG's website sucks. Okay, lowest to highest price. So the Tone Pro starts at $69, and they had some new ones though. Maybe it was called something else. I know my friend reviewed it. Let me see if I can find his video on YouTube. But I know he reviewed it, and it was like a newer version of the Tones. It were supposed to be pretty good. So he called them the Tone Ultra. It's the HBS 810. So let me see. And how much are they? LG doesn't have the price on its own website. All right, let's try over here. So they're not that much cheaper. You're talking about $90. So I mean, they're not that much cheaper than the Infinims. But the idea behind them is that they're a really good quality and they have retractable headphones. Um, but inexpensive. I mean, I don't have that many that ones that I've tried. I do like the level used for $69. I like them better than the tones at that price point, especially because they stay in your ear better at that price point. So these would probably be my best one at $69. I haven't tried that many to tell you a good one at 49 or anything like that, or $29 price point. It just feels like they're a dime a dozen then, unfortunately, and you can't really distinguish too much of a quality difference between any of those prices, at least the ones I've tried. So yes. Does the Samsung power bank work with the Galaxy Note 4? Yes, it does. It does work with the Galaxy Note 4. The tones that I have broke on one side after 1 month. Well, that really sucks. So I mean, take that into account that Kronos had a really bad experience with the tones. My fiance's did break after almost a year, and it was actually one side too. One side broke, but it was basically not the sound that broke. It was the retraction part that you just couldn't move anymore. So that did happen to hers. I am going to test out the new, but those are higher end. Those are going for 129. The Galaxy Level U Pros. So I'm going to test out those. Um, and yeah, I didn't like the design too much for the gear circles, which is another one that it was 99, but now I think it's $69, or even goes on sale for $49. But I didn't like those as much. Why does some games like Real Racing 4 lag on the Note 4? They work perfectly on the Note 3. Even on the Galaxy Grand Prime, bad optimization from the developer. Yeah, different. If they're not getting it correctly for chipset design, yes. But older devices are really having a lot more trouble with the Lollipop update. So the Note 4 would have played the game a bit better before the Lollipop update, comparing to again with the Note 3 with the same one. I personally have tried that game on the Note 5 and it has no issues. But yeah, it just again there's such a huge issue with Lollipop, and Lollipop on LG and Samsung specifically has had just so many issues with RAM, and it causes a lot of bad issues. Now, why isn't that as much of an issue with something like the Grand Prime? Well, the Grand Prime was more optimized for Lollipop in mind, so updating from a Note 4 to Lollipop has more issues than the Grand Prime would that was made for Lollipop. Samsung actually got some of their junk off of there, basically. Although what I would say is if you do factory reset your Note 4, that will improve the quality, because then it is essentially wiped in order to have Lollipop. So that will improve it. It won't get rid of all the problems. So Lollipop's just a mess. All right. Something keeps popping up on my screen saying that I have a virus. I didn't do anything to get it. My 360 app says differently when I boost, clean, and antivirus. So is it a fake wanting money? Yes, it is. Actually, we went over this exact same topic last week, and it is an issue that is called malware. Malware is on your phone so that you click something, and then that click takes you to an ad. And that's all it is. It's not taking over your phone. It's not a virus. It's not destroying. It's not trying to get your data. They're literally just trying to get ads for you to click, and then so they get money. That's what it is. So yes, there is a solution for that. I went over this last week, but just let's go for a quick round. What is it called? Air push detector, I believe. All right. So air push detector is what you should put on your device, And any of these will really do the same thing: AirPush Finder, add-on detector, Malwarebytes, any of these will do the same thing. Okay. All that it is it's going to tell you which app is creating a pop-up for you that is basically what is it that's creating this big app that's telling you to click me. And when it does, it will tell you that this app is the one doing smart wall ads. Smart wall ads are the ones that take over your entire device. There's one called push ads, which are notifications at the top. If you don't know what that notification is coming from, that's what a push ad is. And finally, push icon ads are when apps are allowed to add different icons onto your main screen. So download either one of these, it should find it, and then you know which app it is, and then you can get rid of that app. And that's all it is. Probably the most famous one is like MP3 music downloader. That one is what it is. All that it does is try to do that stuff. Don't, find another way to download music. Not that way, because that way is just crap. For that particular app, at least. So yes. Hello from Costa Rica. Hello, Fernando. How you doing? Which one is better, the Nexus 6P or the Note 5? Didn't we had a side-by-side comparison of that, Fernando? Are you not watching my side-by-side comparisons? I work and I work and I work. No, I'm just fine. Overall, the Galaxy Note 5 won that fight. And it just depends on what you're looking for. The Nexus 6P, if I recall, which I don't remember off the top of my head, but I believe it won price point. It won sound quality, and it tied for extras, I believe. There was a lot of ties in that one. But overall, the Note 5 did win. And I know the camera won, so the camera was better, the battery was better, which if you've seen me for a long time, those are my two biggest things that I weigh the most from my own personal device. That's not to say that they weigh any differently from anything else on the device when rating them against each other. But overall, the Note 5 won the most. However, there was a lot of ties between the Nexus 6P and the Note 5. Take a look at the comparison if you get a chance, and hopefully that'll help you out. But yeah, there's also a separate video on the camera comparison if you just want to take a look at the camera comparison and see how they did. So yes, hopefully you like that. But overall, the Note 5 did win. But again, my comparisons are always to see which category is important to you, so you can decide from there which one you should get. All right. Thank you. What's up, man? How you doing? Have you got the Gear 2 update? The Gear 2 update. I'm not sure. I have the Gear S2, and I've gotten 2 updates since it came out, but I'm not sure on the Gear 2. I haven't had Gear 2 for a while. I'm not sure if you mean the Gear S2. The Gear S2, I've gotten 2 updates, and I mean, the first update improved the battery life dramatically. The second update didn't do anything much, but yeah, I think it was supposed to improve something with the. I forgot what it was supposed to improve. It was supposed to improve something small on the Gear S2, but yeah, I got the first update and that was perfect. I mean, the battery life jumped up tremendously on that one. When will Android Marshmallow come out for the Note 4? Not soon. We had this, I think, I want to say 2 weeks ago. We showed check out the Android weeklies, and it tells you Samsung's Marshmallow schedule. It was in one of the first news articles of that week, and yeah, so we got an exact when it would come out then. I want to say it was like February or March. But I think around that time, the Note 4 will get Marshmallow, so it's a little bit of ways. You said if people uninstall bloatware apps that they will make their phone run better, but you can only disable them. What's up with that? So here's the thing, because there's a big. I've always had, and it's been a lot of my tech friends, to be honest. Oh, well, you can't uninstall that. You can only disable it. So that still means it's not taking up your cache. That still means it's not taking up your RAM. That means it's to a minuscule of a couple of megabytes for your storage. Who cares if it's disabling it? It's still not running then. Your battery life is better, your RAM is better, everything moves better if you disable it. And that's really what you want to do anyway. So yes, it is still there to be enabled again, but that's all disabling is. It's just there to be enabled again. So that's what it is. So yes, on some apps you can only disable them, you can't uninstall them. But guess what? You also uninstall all the updates that that app has gotten, that which is why it reduces to like a small amount of megabytes instead of up to a gigabyte or up to 300 megabytes of what it was with all of the updates that it did. So that's what the benefit is for it. Um, you should check out the Vinsic 20,000 milliamp power pack. Let's check it out now. Okay. Okay. So I want to specify something. So one of our viewers here, oops, hold on, uh, Joshua, um, recommended this battery power pack, and it looks really slim and sleek. So definitely wanted to show that to you guys. So it's a really good, cool looking powder pack, very thin. However, he did say it's a fast charging one. Now there is a couple of differences between what fast charging is. So this has a 2.1 amp port, which is pretty standard, and all that means is that it will charge any current smartphone at its full voltage. So older smartphones can take the 1 amp, but pretty much all current everyday smartphones now take a 2.1 amp charger. Basically, like maybe like an Alcatel phone or like a Huawei phone might still be at a 1 amp, but everything else is pretty much at 2.1 amps. So it will be a fast charger. And you can see there's all these cool colors, really good price point. It has have a nice indicator on it too, telling you how much battery life it has left, and really great design. However, the reason why I was saying earlier about the Samsung's fast charger, that is a bit different because that is adaptive fast charging. That will charge much faster than this can, and this is what to look for. So this is basically what you look for any kind of regular battery pack that you want to have it, and that is 5 volts, or sorry, whoops, wrong one. 5 volts at 2.1 amps. However, what you get with the adaptive fast charging, besides the different pins in order to send a faster, to get more connections to be able to send the signal, you get a 9 volt at a 1.6 amp, which is a much faster way of charging than the standard now 5 volts at 2.1 amps. So that's the difference between when these things on Amazon will say, fast charging, and the actual fast adaptive charging that has come with Samsung smartphones, as well as like Motorola's that have fast charging. They use that standard, or they use at least the same kind of voltage amperage change. Okay, sorry, didn't mean Gyros to. I have used two different apps to chat. Sorry. Yeah. So yeah, the Gyros 2. Yes, I did get the update, and it works great. Have you used apps that save battery like Genify or Juice Defender? Do you recommend apps to save battery? No, I do not recommend apps to save battery. My friend is the biggest advocate of Greenify, and I say, Steve, it doesn't do anything. It's just a placebo, because this is what's happening. You're using an app to constantly run and constantly monitor everything, and you think that's going to save you battery life? Because all the resources that were going to every other app over there is now going to this Greenify app over here, and that's what's happening. The only good battery management apps are the built-in ones. So Samsung has one called Smart Manager that's really great on the Galaxy Note 5, on the S6, on the S6 Edge, and Edge Plus. So on those four, you can get that one, Smart Manager. It comes pre-installed. If it doesn't come pre-installed, your carrier screwed you over, but that's a whole nother story. If it comes pre-installed, that is a great one to use. Another great one is the one on Marshmallow that's built in, and it's all built in, so the Nexus devices have it, and all future Marshmallow devices will have it as well. Those are great. Those are perfect. However, Greenify doesn't do pretty much anything. And I've proven it to my friend multiple times, even though he refuses to believe it. Every time we're hanging out together and everything like that, or we've spent the day, working on a project or whatever, I'm like, "What's your battery life at?" He's like, "Oh, it's at 54%." I'm like, "Oh, I'm at 78." I use Smart Manager. He used Greenify. That's the difference. I've never once had less battery life than him, and he's always used Greenify. So there you go. So yes, there we go. Have you used apps? Oh yeah, sorry. What are good apps to block ads on games and web pages? Um, so I have not used an ad blocker, which is what you're asking for, an ad blocker. Um, you can't get them on the Google Play Store, and honestly, I just have never cared enough to get one. Um, Android. So this is the one that I use on my Chrome browser, so I would expect it to be the best one for Android, and that is adblockplus.org. They are amazing when it comes to my web browser, so I would say they're probably going to be the best one when it comes to Android as well. And it does not look like you need root in order to do it, so this is the best one I would recommend. I am, I do not deal with ads on my browser because, yeah, why would I? But I've never found them that annoying on on Android. I guess I don't have that many free apps that have them. I don't mind paying for apps, and I usually do in order to not deal with ads. But that would be another way, is just getting that. Question: do you get a shipping notification for Samsung offers? My offer got accepted, so I wanted to know. You do get a shipping notification, or you get notified that it is being shipped. So, for instance, my mom, for her Samsung offers, got a notification that it's been submitted, a notification that's been approved, and then a notification that's been shipped. So there's 3 notifications overall with Samsung offers. So that should be it. Do you think Greenify on rooted devices helps the device slightly faster? Yes, it is more useful when it's rooted. But if it's rooted, you can just get a D below. I mean, I don't believe so, really. Actually, I changed my mind. So here's the thing. If it's rooted, then you can get a better ROM that doesn't have all the bloatware. If you don't have all the bloatware, then what the hell do you need Greenify for? Not to mention that if it's rooted, you should be able to get a marshmallow version, hopefully, and then you don't have any RAM issues. So there you go. I don't personally like Greenify. I think it's just because my friend uses it all the time and I make fun of him all the time. And yeah, so that's it. There is an app called Black Market. You can download paid games and apps from it to use. Is it safe? No, it's not safe. And I don't say that just to, like, oh, you shouldn't, I don't care if you download fake games. You can download an Android paid app just by Googling what's a paid app. I can't think of a paid app right now. What the hell? Why can't I think of a paid app? HD Widgets. HD Widgets is an app that I paid for, right? Or no, SwiftKey isn't paid for app. So HD Widgets, right? HD Widgets. I can type into Google HD Widgets APK download, and I will download the app. There's no reason for black market, and it's simply because with black market you do get a lot of viruses. That you cannot get a virus actually if you only go to the Google Play Store. There is no viruses on the Google Play Store. Every app can never give you a virus on the Google Play Store. They can give you malware, as we discussed earlier, but no app on the Google Play Store can give you a virus, no matter what anyone tells you. But on the black market app, there are plenty of apps that give you viruses and mess up your phone and all that kind of stuff. And if you don't really know what you're doing, then I wouldn't recommend it. And I mean, don't know what you're doing as in, can you get rid of a virus? You know how to act that quickly to get rid of it. If you don't, then don't chance it. Just do what I said earlier, and that is just do a Google search for, whatever the app is, and that's it. So yeah, that's what I would do. Thank you for your videos. They are great. Keep it up. Have a good night. But later, Fernando. So yeah. Hopefully you guys, this helped you guys out. We almost went an hour today. A lot of people. Can you say hi, Argentina? Hi, Argentina. Hello, Argentina. Hopefully you guys like the show. Someone requested I say that. So yeah, guys. Thank you as always for watching. I downloaded Pandora Ultimate Skips. Can it mess up my phone? If you get the right version of Pandora Ultimate Skips, no. But the thing is just hopefully got the right version. But yeah, I mean, don't get me wrong. I'm not advocating that don't download any apps that are free that are paid for versions. But I'm just saying that you have to be careful with it. That's all. If you get a bad version, where if I'm a hacker, I can take an APK, I can add some lines of code that send me your information on your phone, and then I give it to people to download. I'm not doing anything wrong. You're the one downloading a paid for software. If anything, I am, I'm just, I am, making sure that people don't do this. I am, reprimanding people to do it. That's what happens. That's exactly what happens. So yeah. So yes. All right, guys. Let's see. What do we have coming up this week? We have some comparisons. Tonight, I am actually going to film an unboxing for my new desktop. So I've asked a couple of you guys on Instagram and a couple on my social media, on my Twitter and everything like that. And I really wanted to ask you guys, are you guys even interested in me? I'm going to build a new desktop. So seeing how interested you guys are. So I don't really want to make it take over the channel, but what I will do is we're going to have an unboxing for each product that I bought for my new desktop, high-end desktop. I spent about $1,000, under 1,500 for everything. I'm going to unbox every product that I bought for it, and then I'm going to just show the finished product. I'm not going to show the entire process of building it because this is that channel. This isn't a channel for that. But I will show you guys the finished product. So if you're interested in like what I am using for my hardware to edit all these videos and to get all of these things running. That is what I will be using. So yeah, hopefully you guys will like that and stay tuned for that. We're going to be reviewing this big thing. By the way, this is the Galaxy View in its full glory. So I don't know if you guys have seen this yet, but this thing is huge. This thing is just huge. So yeah, we will be reviewing this gigantic thing that is big. And yes, we will be reviewing this this week. So that's something else to look forward to. And yeah. The giveaway, guys. Have you guys all entered in the giveaway? We have the giveaway. It's the announcement was done on my other channel, which I have a link for on my on the announcement. I announced the announcement was happening on my other channel. So the mainstream movie guy, if you haven't seen any of my stuff on the mainstream movie guy, that is where we did the announcement for the giveaway. You can get your chance to win a Gear VR headset, Bluetooth headphones, or a Google Play Store gift card. So make sure you enter in the chance to win. We are doing that giveaway in 12 days. So December 12th or 18th is the day we're doing the giveaway. So make sure to stay tuned for that. All right, guys. Hopefully you did like this video. I did not understand English for all good, but it's funny. All right. Hopefully you like this video. Thank you as always for watching. Please give a like, thumbs up. It definitely helps me out a lot in order to get the money to pay for all these things. So thank you always for watching. This has been RICKY, the Android Guy.